Thank you for joining us today for the Elementary Academic Derby. We're featuring Blue Creek and Silverdale Elementary Schools. Before we begin, let me introduce our scorekeeper, who is Shanisha Head, and she works over in our central office building. We're glad to have her here. I'm Pam Thomas, and I will be your moderator today. Now let's meet our players for Silverdale.
I'm Jason from Miss Colley's class.
I'm Rihanna from Miss Colley's class.
I'm Karina Morrison from Miss Gerganis's class.
I'm Tanner Farner from Miss Gregoire's homeroom.
And the coach for Silverdale is Rhonda Gregoire. Let's meet our players for Blue Creek.
I'm Malachi from Miss Whittington's class.
I'm Austin from Miss Whittington's class.
I'm Amaya from Miss Whittington's class.
I'm Genevieve from Miss Whittington's class.
Anna Maxwell is the coach for Blue Creek. We're ready to begin. We've already reviewed our rules. 7 questions will go to Blue Creek first, and then we will have 7 that go to Silverdale. Blue Creek, the first category is math. If 1 orange costs 75 cents, how much will 2 dozen oranges cost? If 1 orange costs 75 cents, how much will 2 dozen oranges cost? Let's move down to Silverdale. Do you have an answer? Rihanna, you have an answer?
$18.
$18 is correct. Now remember, y'all can ring in. Ring in. Just so happened that I saw your eyes and I knew you wanted to ring in. Science, Blue Creek. Though given off by termites and rice paddies, more concern is given to its emission by coal mining, landfills, cows, and fire. Give the name of this chemical compound whose molecules have 1 carbon atom and 4 hydrogen atoms, and that when refrigerated is transported as liquefied natural gas. Silverdale? That was a pretty long question, I think. Methane is the gas, methane. Spelling, a diagonal path led across the park. Spell diagonal. Silverdale? Karina?
D-I-A-G-N-A-L.
That is incorrect, but is so close. It's D-I-A-G-O-N-A-L. History. It provides an accused criminal the right to a speedy and public trial, allows him to be confronted with the witnesses against him, and allows him to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. Identify this constitutional amendment, which is a part of the Bill of Rights. And you just need to give me the name, the number of that amendment. Silverdale? And that would be the 6th Amendment. Literature. Written in 1924, some parents are only now finding out that yes, many kids do still read this short story that includes the henchman, Ivan, and General Zaroff. Named this short story by Richard Connell, whose main character, Rainsford, is hunted all over the General's island until he fights back. Silverdale? And the correct book is The Most Dangerous Game. Geography. The world's worst weather is said to be found atop Mount Washington. In what northeastern state would you find Mount Washington, surrounded by the White Mountain National Forest, a state just east of Vermont and just southwest of Maine, whose motto is, "Live free or die"? We're looking for the state. Silverdale? Rihanna?
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire is right. Very good. Trivia, final category for you, Blue Creek. It requires the people it helps to spend time working on the house that others are helping them to build. Name this worldwide program that creates new homeowners and whose well-known volunteers include former President Jimmy Carter. Silverdale? And that would be Habitat for Humanity. I bet you've heard of that before. They build houses for people. Okay, Silverdale, math question for you first. At a walkathon, Sarah had pledges of $15 for every mile she walked. If she walked 7 miles, how much did Sarah earn for her cause? She had pledges of $15 for every mile she walked. If she walked 7 miles, how much did Sarah earn for her cause? Karina?
$45.
How much?
$45.
No, a little bit more than that, but that's a good try. I'm glad you're guessing. Let's go up to Blue Creek. Austin?
$105.
$105. Good. Science. Doctors generally recommend moving them just to prevent problems and always recommending removal if an infection they develop begins to spread within your mouth or if they become impacted or non-straight. Give the common 2-word term for these third molars. Blue Creek? Yours probably have not started coming through yet or are just beginning. The wisdom teeth. English, it's a subordinating type. Its subordinating type brings together an independent and a dependent clause, while its correlative type is used in pairs like neither and nor. Identify this part of speech whose coordinating type brings together phrases or sentences and includes yet, but, for, and. Karina?
Conjunctions.
Conjunction is right. Good. History. George McGovern, who died at the age of 90 in October of 2012, served 3 terms as a United States Senator from South Dakota, but is most famous today for his presidential run in 1972, which he lost a landslide to what president who resigned the presidency 2 years later as a result of the Watergate scandal? Blue Creek? And that would be Richard Nixon was the president who resigned. Literature. Though he wrote the Johnny Cash hit song, A Boy Named Sue, he is more famous for cartoons and for children's books. Name this American poet who wrote A Light in the Attic, Where the Sidewalk Ends, and The Giving Tree. Blue Creek? And it is Shel Silverstein. Geography. I just passed the Presidio and am on my way to the crookedest street in the world before making a stop at Fisherman's Wharf. Later, I might ride a cable car up to the 9th, largest suspension bridge in the world. What large California city am I visiting that was the site of a huge earthquake in 1906? Karina?
Golden Gate Bridge.
I'm sorry?
Golden Gate Bridge.
No, that's incorrect, but a good try. Good try. Let's go up to Blue Creek. You're on the right track. We weren't looking for the bridge. We were looking for the city, San Francisco. Music. The lap variety of this instrument has 6 strings, while the pedal variety has between 9 and 13. Give the 2-word name for this musical instrument whose form includes the dobro and when used in country music is often put on a flat surface so it can be played with a metal pick. Tanner?
Guitar?
What kind of guitar? Can you tell me? I'm going to accept that answer. It's a steel guitar. That's the type it is. I'm going to accept that. That is the end of our first round, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Six points separates our score right now. We have 8 points for Silverdale and 2 points for Blue Creek. Everyone knows we have a bonus in this round, so it's a chance to get a few extra points. We have new participants, a full 4 new participants for Silverdale. Let's meet them.
I'm Hannah from Miss Gerganis's homeroom.
Hi, I'm Chanel Berry from Mr. Gaines' homeroom.
Hi, I'm Miranda from Miss Gregor's homeroom.
I'm Sean Donnelly from Mr. Gaines' homeroom.
And let's meet our new participants for Blue Creek.
My name is Caleb from Miss Whittington's class.
My name is Asher from Miss Geddes' class.
And welcome new players. Ready to begin? Alternating questions. Silverdale for first question is, now Caleb, I hadn't even passed the question up there, and you want to answer right away, don't you? That's okay. At least we know your buzzer works. Here we go, Silverdale miscellaneous. Nestle's official recipe for Toll House chocolate chip cookies has this liquid as an ingredient. This liquid can be used in its real form or its imitation form that has natural alcohol removed. What is the name of this liquid extract? Blue Creek? We use it a lot in baking, vanilla extract. Did you know that, Asher? We'll answer it again. We'll have to ask that question again sometime then to you. Here we go, Blue Creek literature. Though she has spent most of her life in Phoenix, her novels take place in the rainy areas of western Washington, including her 2008 novel, Breaking Dawn, which is the 4th in her series about Bella and her vampire boyfriend, Edward. Name this writer whose first novel, Twilight, was made into a movie. Silverdale? I bet you saw the movie if you didn't read the book. Stephanie Meyer. Silverdale, science. The substance known as calcium cannot be broken down into two or more different substances. Is calcium a compound, an element, a molecule, or a mixture? Chanel?
An element?
It is an element. Good. Here's your bonus. Now remember, you can talk during this bonus. Nobody's going to steal this bonus question from you. One example of a simple machine is a piece of wood that rests on a point called a fulcrum. What is the name of this simple machine? Chanel, do you have an answer for your team? It is a lever. A lever. Seesaw, I think, is a good example of one. Blue Creek, math question. You may have to write this down because I'm going to give you a little equation. If x equals y plus 2 times z, how much is x when y is 3 and z is 4? I'm going to repeat it. If x equals y plus 2 times z, how much is x when y is 3 and z is 4? Caleb?
20.
Not 20, but I'm glad you guessed. Silverdale? Miranda?
11.
11 is correct. Now you don't get a chance at the bonus, but you get the next question. English. What four-letter word starting with H has synonyms that include domicile, abode, house, residence, and dwelling? Miranda?
Home.
Home. Blue Creek art. The ceiling of the Sistine Chapel isn't the only interesting thing about the chapel. The chapel's south wall contains 8 paintings about this biblical figure who led the Israelites out of Egypt. Who was this person? Caleb?
Moses.
It was Moses. Very good. Here's your bonus. Michelangelo painted 9 stories from this biblical book on the ceiling. Which book from the Bible did he paint from? That's your bonus, so talk to each other. Amaya?
Genesis.
Genesis, great. That's the first book, and you had 65 more you could have picked from. Here you go. Let me make sure I'm getting my questions here straight. Does Blue Creek get the next question? Yep. I got it. I got my question mixed up here. Silverdale, science. Scrappy, white muscle disease, sore mouth, and polyarthritis are just a few of the common diseases that afflict what common farm animal whose breeds includes Hampshire, Dorset, and Suffolk, and is slaughtered to create mutton? Blue Creek? Caleb?
A sheep.
It is a sheep. Music, Blue Creek. What is the name of this Scottish instrument that contains a sack that holds air and several pipes that make the music? Caleb?
A bagpipe.
It is a bagpipe. Here's your bonus. These Latin American percussion instruments are shaken. The seeds inside its hollow piece make a noise. What is the name of this instrument? Give your bonus answer to Amaya.
Maracas.
Maracas is right. And that is the end of our second round, and we'll be back with my favorite round, the third round, in just a minute.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
Well, we're back and almost ready to begin round 3. I said this was my favorite round because we move a little faster, so we want to hurry up and get these announcements over. We have 2 points separating our score. We have Blue Creek with 16, Silverdale with 18. Big chance here to pick up a few extra points, the bonus passes with the question, and we have an interrupt penalty that can give the opposing team an extra point. We have no new participants on Silverdale's team, but we have a whole new team for Blue Creek, so let's meet them.
I'm Kayla from Miss Maxwell's class.
I am Kristen Johnson from Miss Whittington's homeroom.
I'm Gavin from Miss Geddes' homeroom.
I am Victoria Tejas from Miss Geddes' homeroom.
And welcome new players, and y'all got beautiful smiles, all of you. Here we go. Remember, these are true toss-up questions. Either team may ring in. History. Until Ronald Reagan, he was the U.S. president who had lived the longest. His term in office was marked by the XYZ affair, which led to his defeat in 1800 by Thomas Jefferson. Name this chief executive who died on July 4th, 1826, the same day that Jefferson passed away. And that would be John Adams. John Adams. Okay, team, spelling. Give the correct spelling of this African country. Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe. Victoria?
Zumbiawa.
That is a great try. That's incorrect, and I'm glad you tried. Let's go to Silverdale. Rihanna?
Zimbabway.
That is incorrect as well, but it's a good try. It's capital Z, I-M-B-A-B-W-E. Okay? Social studies. The 2009 economic stimulus package passed by Congress contains a lot of government spending that won't really stimulate the economy. What term that refers to such unnecessary spending also describes the flesh of a pig? Victoria?
Bacon.
Well, what kind of meat is bacon?
Pork.
I'll accept that. A little late on that, but I'll take that. It is pork. Here's your bonus. Which governor broke the ground for the Erie Canal? He was the 6th governor of New York and a naturalist. Okay, Victoria, give your answer to Gavin. Gavin? Sir?
John.
No, it is DeWitt Clinton. But I'm glad y'all guessed. Here you go, geography. The Erie Canal connects Lake Erie and which river? The Hudson River. Math question, teams. Divide 508 by 7. What is the first digit of the answer? Divide 508 by 7. What is the first digit of the answer? Go ahead, Gavin.
6.
Not 6. Can't give you another chance up there. Got to go down to Silverdale. Chanel?
7.
7. That's okay, Gavin. And I'm glad you raised your hand because I got to call on you first. Here you go. Here's your bonus, Chanel, for your team. What is the digit you put the 8 next to when you bring it down? What is the digit? Chanel?
1.
1 is correct. Good. Myths. Name this monster of myth. Its top part was part lion, part goat. His bottom part was all dragon. Victoria?
Dragon goat.
No. I like your answer, though. Let's go down to Silverdale. The chimera. C-H-I-M-E-R-A, the chimera. Science. Things like water or pencils are made up of very small things like atoms and molecules. What very small things make up the human body, a tree, and an animal? Rihanna?
Cell.
A cell. For your bonus, what part of a rose will stab you if you're not careful? Karina, you have to give your answer to Chanel.
Thorns.
A thorn is right. Good. Miscellaneous. What is the term used in interior design for the flat floor space in the middle of a flight of stairs? And the correct answer is a landing. A landing. Geography. Give the two-word term for the line of 0 degrees longitude that goes through the English city of Greenwich. Caleb?
Latitude.
Not latitude. Let's go to Silverdale. Prime meridian. The prime meridian. And that is the end of our final round. And we'll be back with our final score in just a second. See you then.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
We had a wonderful game today. We ended up with 48 points scored, which is good for the first matches. We have Blue Creek with 18 points and Silverdale with 30. I like to end with a big round of applause for yourself because you did a great job and all the work.